Hey there, so in this video I'm going to talk about two-factor authentication, or otherwise known as 2FA, and how it relates to crypto. So one of the things about crypto that I always preach is learning the security of your coins or your keys, more so than the trading, the buying, and all these other things. The security comes first, because you wouldn't believe the number of stories of how people have accumulated all of this crypto and then they just lose it all through some sort of hack or scam or scheme, or just through carelessness. So that's why I'm talking about this here in this video. So what exactly is 2FA? So 2FA is a security system that requires two distinct forms of identification in order to access something. So basically you'll need two pieces of ID in order to gain entry into whatever it is that you want to gain entry to. So that's the first thing. The other thing is over here, just as it says, it's the first part is a password. The second is commonly a text with a code sent to your phone, or some sort of biometric with using your fingerprint, face, or retina. Now the last thing about this is that it improves security, but it's not foolproof. Now if you're not sure what this is, I'm going to show you with a picture that I found on Google. If we go to the picture, this is what 2FA looks like. Basically, let's just say you have an account with Binance, Newton, or Coinbase Pro, or some other exchange, and you want to enter or log in. So what you'll do is, just as normal, you'll enter your username and your password. And then what happens is you're going to be brought to a page on the website where it's going to ask you to authenticate this login by entering a code that was sent to your phone, right? So either to your phone or in the application and so on and so forth, but there are different ways to authenticate. And then once you enter that information in, you will be granted access. So for anyone who is using an exchange such as Binance, I would highly recommend getting an authenticator and setting it up in the platform that you are using if it is offered. I would say that most of the time it is offered because two-factor authentication does offer greater security. This way, if let's just say hackers get your username and your information, they can log in, but if they don't have the device that you've set up with the particular account, they aren't able to actually log in. So this is kind of what 2FA is all about. Now there's different types of authenticators, which I'll talk about now. So if we take a look over here, there are different forms of 2FA. So the most common, it'd probably be the SMS verification, right? So they'll send a code as a text, right? So that's one of the types. One thing about SMS verification that I kind of need to talk about is that there's something called a SIM swap attack. And this is when a hacker who's trying to gain access to your account literally calls up your cell phone provider to pretend that they are you and to say, oh, I've lost my SIM, can you deactivate it? And they have your personal information, obviously, and then they're able to pretty much gain access to your SIM card. So SMS verification is more secure in general, but there's also a potential for an attack with your SIM where they swap it out. So that's just something I want to talk about with SMS verification. There's another one where it's a specific app. So example, Google has an authenticator, right? So basically you would have to set up your 2FA by downloading Google's authenticator app, and then you would have to scan some sort of QR code and it'll give you some authenticator key, right? So that's another form, an app generated code. Just a word of caution about Google Authenticator though. When you are setting it up with an exchange such as Binance, at the time when you set up Google Authenticator, they will ask you to scan a QR code. That QR code has a specific code inside of it. Now you'll want to make sure you write down that code within the QR code. If they give you a code, great. If they give you a QR code that you're supposed to scan with your authenticator, what you'll want to do is make sure you get a QR code scanner, scan that code to get the text of that particular code and write it down. Keep that code safe, because this way you can always back up your Google Authenticator and you can have it all across different devices. So that's one thing that I would suggest when you are setting up your Google Authenticator. It's a little bit different with the other options, because with Google Authenticator, it's an application. If anything happens to your phone, such as if you lose it or you break it and you have to reset your phone, the codes are going to be erased as well. So make sure you keep a backup of the codes that the exchanges give you when you're setting up Google Authenticator. Another one is a physical authentication key. For myself, I've never actually seen them physically, but I've seen them online and I've heard about them, but I've never actually had one of these before. But this is another sort of authenticator key that you can get. And then if you go down, Over here, there is this one here, but I don't think that this one is very common in crypto. With exchanges or platforms, they'll let you know your login, but they won't exactly say, oh, do you verify that this is a genuine login? I don't think they usually do that for crypto. I've never really seen this, but this is another type of 2FA. I know Google or Apple computers or their systems will do this. They'll say, oh, you're trying to be logged in on this IP address, and was that genuine, or so on and so forth. So this is more so with other sort of systems, but I've never seen it using crypto. And the last one is an email based system. So basically it sends you an email and it'll say you have to log in by clicking that link. So I know certain platforms do this. When you try to log in, it'll send you an email and you would have to click on the link in order to log in via email. So you can't just log in through their website. So these are pretty much the different ways to access these websites using 2FA. Now there's some other parts over here, but it's really not much. I'll leave a link down below to everything that I've used in this video here for you to check out if you're interested. But yeah, in conclusion, basically what you'll want to do is you'll want to set up 2FA for any sort of platform that you're using to enhance your security. Anyways, I hope you found this video informative or educational. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below because I do check and respond. Please share this video with someone who you think will get some value out of it. If you're interested in receiving notifications of my future videos, then hit that subscribe button. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.